This video focuses on special situations and unanticipated events, including emergencies, which you may encounter at some point when performing your duties. Every security officer must be prepared to respond appropriately and according to post orders when unusual events occur, such as fires, illnesses, injuries, and even bomb threats. Keep in mind that emergency situations, while rare, might occur at any time or any place while you're on duty. Handling an emergency is a high-profile situation for a security officer. People will look to you for instructions and appropriate actions when an emergency occurs. The first step in dealing with any emergency is to be prepared and know what is expected of you. That means know your post orders. That's the most important step in learning how to respond to particular emergencies. Many of your duties and responsibilities in emergency situations are included in your post orders. Know your facility, including where exits, telephones, and emergency equipment are located, and how to get to them. Know whom to call. Be sure your post orders contain an up-to-date list of people and telephone numbers of persons you need to contact in various emergency situations. Know what action is expected of you. You may be required to take action at the site of an emergency, or your role may be to take charge of communications between the client and the fire, police, or emergency medical team. Your post orders contain this information. If you have questions about emergency procedures and your responsibilities, ask your supervisor. Fully understanding emergency procedures is never more important than in fire situations. Fire detection and identification of fire hazards are among your important duties. You should be aware of 3 characteristics of fires that will help you respond properly. The first characteristic is that fires spread at a rapidly increasing rate. That's why you call the fire department first. There is no time to lose. The next characteristic is that fire always spreads upward. Fire seeks oxygen in open space. Oxygen provides fuel for the fire. That's why it's important to keep windows and doors closed, if possible, if there is a fire in an inside enclosed area. The third characteristic to remember is that fire produces heat, smoke, and gases that can be more dangerous than flames. These hazards also tend to rise, so to protect yourself, stay in a low place with a moistened cloth over your face to help filter out smoke and gases if possible. Dealing with a fire requires careful attention to some basic safety procedures, particularly if a fire is suspected within an enclosed area. First, feel the doors, windows, or walls in the area where you think a fire is burning. If you feel warmth, do not open a door or window. Fresh air will feed the fire and expand the blaze further. Next, if you think a fire is burning, call the fire department immediately and notify any other security officers in your area. Follow your post orders about warning building occupants so everyone in the area can be evacuated safely. Check to see if there are visitors or others in the area who may be unfamiliar with evacuation procedures and assist them if necessary. Finally, be sure to follow post orders to ensure that you have notified all appropriate authorities. Securitas provides a range of fire detection and firefighting services to clients and has developed standard fire response procedures that apply to all of our client facilities. The first procedure states that you will report a fire emergency if responsibility has not been assigned to others, and will implement the basic safety procedures we've outlined in this videotape. Second, remember that the fire department is always in charge of fire situations once they arrive on the scene. They are the experts in fighting fires. Third, security officers should not do anything that runs the risk of spreading the fire. Finally, when you notify the fire department, remember to give your name, give the name and address of your facility, give the type and location of the fire, say where you will meet the firefighters, and don't hang up the telephone until you're sure that the firefighters have the information they need to respond. This is an example of the information you should provide. My name is Security Officer Pat Dawson. There is a fire at Nova Corporation, 212 State Street in River Falls, Ohio. The fire is in the paper storage area on the north side of the building. I'll meet the firefighters at the State Street gate entrance. Be sure to ask the fire department or emergency service if they understand your information and confirm that they're on the way. Follow up by notifying your supervisor and client contact as per your post orders. Record the incident in your daily report and complete an incident report. Fire isn't the only threat you're likely to experience at your facility. Illness and injury can occur at any time. To prepare yourself for responding in such situations, know the instructions in your post orders so you can immediately make the proper contacts and get help. First, call for assistance as outlined in your post orders. When calling, describe the injury or illness as completely as you can. Next, provide information about your exact location. If assistance is coming from outside your facility, provide the following details: your name, the name and address of your facility, the location of the injured or ill person within the facility, and the location of where you or someone else will meet the emergency personnel. Ask the emergency service information if they understand the information you provided and if they are on their way. Finally, after you've called for assistance, speak calmly and reassuringly to the injured or ill individual and let him or her know that help is on the way. Do not move or treat an injured or ill person unless you are trained and certified to do so. As with any unusual situation, report injuries and illnesses in the daily report and complete an incident report. Review your post orders to determine if additional reporting is required so that a thorough record of events is kept. Another serious emergency situation that you may encounter as a security officer is a bomb threat. Sometimes corporate and industrial sites become targets of bomb threats from terrorists or others who want to damage facilities or disrupt operations. In most cases, bombs are not actually present, but malicious callers can create confusion and panic with their claims that a bomb has been planted. You can help maintain calm by acting in a competent and professional manner when dealing with a bomb threat. These are the procedures to follow. First, every bomb threat is valid until proven otherwise. Second, when a bomb threat is phoned in, keep the caller on the telephone as long as possible. Try to get detailed information about the threat and where the bomb has been placed. Third, write down the information you obtained from the caller and be as complete as possible. Your post orders may include a bomb threat checklist to help you. Small details can be important clues for tracing the call by authorities. Each bomb threat situation is different, but depending upon the circumstances, you may be able to get a lot of information from the caller. Here are some examples of questions you'll see on the bomb threat checklist. When will the bomb go off? Where is it? What floor? What side of the building? What does the bomb look like? What sort of explosives are being used? How powerful is the bomb? How is the bomb placed? What's the reason for the bomb? What is the caller's name? Don't expect to get answers to all of these questions, but every bit of information will help law enforcement experts solve the case and make an arrest. As always, be sure you've fulfilled your responsibilities by following notification procedures contained in your post orders. Record the incident in your daily report and complete an incident report. And remember that security officers are not responsible for finding the bomb. However, this doesn't mean that you can't provide assistance. Your role as a security officer includes being on the lookout for suspicious packages. Packages left unattended in unusual locations should be noted, and appropriate client contacts and law enforcement should be notified. Never try to open a package or even touch it. As part of your ongoing training, you'll have the opportunity to learn more about identifying and dealing appropriately with suspicious packages. As you gain experience in the security industry, you'll better understand the importance of your role and the need to adhere to the highest performance standards in protecting people, property, and communities. A lot is at stake, and our clients trust you and your coworkers to provide consistent, reliable service that adds value to their operations every day. If your conduct reflects the 3 core values of the Securitas team: integrity, vigilance, and helpfulness, you'll be on your way to laying the foundation for a rewarding career in security.